Hi, I'm Russell Peck, Custom Windows, Director of Product Services.
And I'm Jay Lathrop, Supervisor of Product Services here at Custom Windows and Doors. Today we're going to show you how to assemble and install your 8750 French door and give you some tips and ideas on a successful installation on your job site.
We want to point out some of the features in the door that we put in to make the installation go smoother. The machine screws that go into hinges are already pre-tapped and installed in your frame when you receive it. The weather stripping's already installed. Your top and bottom keepers are in the doors already and preset.
We've also attached all of your trim pieces, your handles, and accessories in one package to the frame and ready to go. Before you start with installation, we highly recommend that you measure everything for order accuracy, making sure that what you ordered is what you've received. Also, to make sure that all your parts and pieces are present. So go ahead and open everything up, spread everything out, make sure you have everything that you need, to include also obviously checking the opening and preparing the opening properly. We ask that if you find a problem with a product, that you first call Product Services Department before going any further. Don't ever install a defective product. Now that we've unpackaged everything, we've measured the product, we've measured our opening to make sure everything's going to fit, we've prepared the opening, taking out any type of inconsistencies, make sure the opening is as plumb level and square as we can get it. We've gone ahead and installed the main frame of the door. We've made it plumb level and square. Caulked it and screwed it off according to the installation details that you find on the Florida Product Approval website, and recommend that you download those, print those up, have them on hand to guide you through the installation. Now we're ready to start assembling the door by installing our slabs and our trim pieces and making final adjustments.
The reason for the support for the slabs are the panels are impact panels and they're very heavy, so we need to support it without tearing the gasket up on the bottom of the doors, and to line the machine screws up in the main frame.
This will make it a lot easier to support the door in the proper place. We just want to set it up to have it at the correct height of the threshold and make it easier for you to get it installed. As you can see, we've got the door set on the block, on the shim. It's lined up at the correct height with the frame, and we're getting ready to put in the first machine screws. Each hinge is going to accept 4 screws, 2 machine screws that are provided with the product, and then 4 structural screws that go into your structural opening. Depending on what type of opening you're going into will dictate the type of screws. And again, the installation detail clearly shows what the appropriate fastener is. Start off though by putting in the 2 machine screws in each hinge just to hold the door into the frame. Now you see Russell has all the machine screws holding the slab to the frame, and we're going to go ahead and install the structural screws into the structural support. It's very important to remember that the machine screws, which are pre-tapped for the hinges, go into the inner holes. They came into the frame that way, put them back into the same holes, and then the structural screws go into the outer holes on your hinge. You don't want to mix those up.
What we're going to do now is install the lock hardware. We've unpackaged everything, laid it out, make sure all the pieces are there, everything's correct. Now we're going to install.
Russell's putting on the escutcheon plates for the handles in your door slabs. However, when you receive your door slabs from the plant, they're going to come pre-attached already or pre-assembled to the slabs. All you'll really have to install is the spindle and the handle and the lever sets. If you need to make adjustments to the escutcheon plates, we strongly recommend that you use a hand screwdriver. These are fine thread machine screws, can be easily stripped. Plus, if you over torque the heads at final install, you don't want to see a stripped screw head at the finish. This is how your slab should come when you unpackage it and install it into your main frame of the door. So now take your lever set out of the box and find your bushing that's in the box as well and install that onto the lever set. Then take your spindle You'll notice that it has an indentation on one side. That's going to line up with your set screw. Go ahead and insert that and tighten it with your Allen key that's included in the kit. Now we've got the spindle installed into the lever set and we've snugged up our Allen screw. It's okay to leave a little bit of play in there until we get it completely assembled, and then we can snug everything up in the proper location. Yeah, we installed the bushing, but make sure that the outer lip of the bushing is against the lever set so it slides into the escutcheon plate on the handle. And we're just going to go ahead and install it. Make sure you have your bushing in the correct location on the interior lever. Go ahead and install that on the spindle. Snug it up, turn the handle, and just snug that with your Allen key. And then the same for the outside, for the exterior handle, once you've got it all pushed in. Now we're ready to engage the Euro groove or multi-point hardware. I engage that by picking up on the lever, engaging the hooks, and then simply turning the thumb turn a quarter turn to lock it. That's all there is to it. Okay, we're looking at the inactive panel right now, and we just want to demonstrate or show that this also has a locking mechanism. When you lift up on the handle from the interior or the exterior, it's going to drop a bolt into the frame, top and bottom. We also have secondary bolts or chute bolts that will also engage the inactive panel into the frame as a backup. Go ahead and close the door, engage the chute bolts by lifting up on the handle to lock the panel into the main frame. Go ahead and close your active panel and engage the lock as well. Now we're ready to make final adjustments. Take a look around your panels, around the perimeter of each panel, and make sure your reveals are even. If they're not even, these hinges are fully adjustable. Now that we have everything installed into the main frame, you've got your active and inactive handle sets installed, we're ready to make any adjustments to the hinges. These hinges come fully adjustable, and we just want to point out that the top and bottom hinge will actually move your panel in the frame either in, out, or you can turn it on the vertical axis. Your inner hinges, whether you have 2 or 3 on a taller door, will actually move the panel up or down. We want to first go ahead and remove the dust cap. There's a dust cap at the bottom of the hinge barrel, and just simply take a flat-bladed screwdriver or a pick, get up underneath there, and carefully pop that out. Use your 3/16" Allen wrench to insert it into the hinge barrel. Russell's going to take the weight off the panel, and we're going to adjust the hinge. Clockwise, we'll adjust the panel up. Counterclockwise, we'll allow the panel to drop down. So make your adjustments, do small adjustments a little bit at a time until you get the right reveal in the door itself. Also keep in mind, whatever adjustment you make to one hinge, make to the other hinges as well, so not all the weight is hanging on that one hinge. So if I make this adjustment one full turn, I'm going to do the same to the remaining hinges on the door. If you find that you need to adjust the panel in your main frame, in or out, or rotate it, you simply do that at the top hinge and at the bottom hinge with your 3/16" Allen wrench by turning it counterclockwise or clockwise, and you'll get a full 1/8 of an inch of adjustment out of that. Now Russell's going to show us how to put in the interior trim pieces. The trim pieces cover up all the installation screw heads. We're going to go ahead and show that to you, but do recommend that you probably leave that off until after your final inspection, so you don't have to remove it to show your inspector. We start off by installing the head trim first, and then we're going to do the jambs, and then finally the threshold.
Use a rubber mallet when you're installing this. This is aluminum. You don't want to leave any ding marks from a metal hammer. Nice soft rubber mallet. Goes in nice and smooth.
You'll notice too that Russell's holding the trim to the top of the door. Any gap or in the trim will be covered by the threshold at the bottom. Now that all your trim is installed, everything is complete, we're ready to close and secure the door and check for any final adjustments that need to be made. Now we've got the door secured, locked, both thumb turns are engaged. Just take a look around the perimeter of the door, make sure you're happy with your reveals, that there are no further final adjustments need to be made, either in the trim, in the hinges, or anything like that. And after that, we're all done.